risk management, right? Now, typically in risk management, bread and butter, how would you do that, right? You would look at your impact, and there's obviously math to calculate that. You would look at your likelihood, and there should be a good sense of mathematical formula that you have come up in your own organization to calculate likelihood as well. Something to sort of take into account now, particularly as all of these various rules are coming up, is one, third-party security. This seems to be a key topic that maybe does not get as much focus as it should, right?
What I find is that there is a lack of understanding, I think, on behalf of many of the attorneys about what is acceptable to say in agreement, what's not. So we want to be compliant, but at the same time, from our point of view, we also don't want to release the family jewels out to other parties. So we do work with attestations. And that's the other thing, is that we do explain to other parties why we're not releasing those bits and pieces of information, like the full logs. Because if we do that, we're exposing data sets that might include information about other clients. And we also give to another party information that could be potentially used in order to breach us.
In Mexico, and this is the case for most of Latin America, we don't have single dedicated cybersecurity laws yet, and instead we have obligations scattered across multiple frameworks. Most of them would come out of our data protection laws, such as that one that was just mentioned for Ecuador. We have one in Mexico, and it's pretty much a standard practice nowadays in Latin America.
I think we lose track of the scope sometimes, both, for our vendors and then our own scope, and can create problems. And I'm also, so I often harp on that too, in many different areas, because people don't go back to check, the origin. And then I'm a big advocate with respect to kind of testing the breach response, so that to the extent there's any hiccups, they can be worked out ahead of time.
Extremely important for organization and those three areas to work together and to converge, especially on data breach report. And for that, it's especially important to have a governance, to have committees, to involve the different teams, and to be in constant communication, especially in frameworks, or if we are under regulation that are so robust and strict that we need to report any kind of data breaches to authorities.